Brooklyn Independent Television.
Neighborhood Beat is made possible with generous underwriting support from the Brooklyn Cyclones. Tickets are on sale now. For information, 718-449-8497 or on the web at www.brooklyncyclones.com. The Cyclones are Brooklyn.
Hello, and welcome to Neighborhood Beat, your passport to Brooklyn. I'm your host, Melanie Farah, and today we're in the neighborhoods of BoCoCa and Gowanus. In this episode, we'll get our superhero fix on with the creative team of the Brooklyn Avengers. Next, we'll shop for hard-to-find menswear at darr, Hollander Lexer. Then we'll visit Gowanus Print Lab for a lesson in screen printing before we get our munch on at MOB's, a restaurant in Boerum Hill. Stay tuned. The Gowanus Canal has seen its share of change over the centuries. Originally a series of creeks, both Henry Hudson and Giovanni de Verrazzano navigated this inlet in their exploration of the New York harbor. And in 2009, the Environmental Protection Agency proposed the canal as a Superfund cleanup site. Get ready, because Brooklyn is getting its own batch of superheroes, and it's about time. The originals have nothing on this authentic outer borough crew. We caught up with Stuart and Damion, part of the creative team of Brooklyn Avengers.
My name is Stuart Moore. I'm a writer and sometimes an editor. And my most recent work is 2 issues of Web of Spider-Man, introducing the Brooklyn Avengers. This book is a part of Marvel's 50th anniversary celebration of Spider-Man. I think all of them have some link to his past, and that's what we've done here, is filled in a little gap in something you didn't know about Spider-Man, like a little piece of his past that you don't know about, mostly because he's so ashamed of it he's never told anybody. Spider-Man's from Queens, which sets up a natural tension between him and the Brooklyn Avengers. He joined the Brooklyn Avengers back when he first became a superhero, but he didn't realize these guys didn't really have their act together. He eventually quit the team, and he spent several years avoiding them, but now what triggers the story is somebody may or may not be killing them off, one by one. So when they call him in, it's kind of like you may have old friends who embarrass you, but when they're in real trouble, you still have to go help them anyway.
I think his goal was to create a bunch of guys and girls that fully represented the different ethnic diversities of Brooklyn. At the same time, he kind of threw in a few different age groups.
The 2 older characters are an old man named Rotary, who could cause people to spin around, and an old woman named Mince, who can take any of those sort of little peppermint mints that you find on old women's coffee tables and charge them up into super weapons. Then we have the hipster, who has hypnotic powers. Paintball, who's a girl just out of her teens. She can throw bursts of paint from her fingertips. Her mother is a character named Boilermaker, who's the superintendent of the building and can fix any mechanical object, but as her name implies, kind of has a little bit of an alcohol problem. And then there's the 2 brothers, Cy and Phi, who are telepathic and have a telepathic bond. And they're really at the core of the story. Tell me, is this packed in with their CD, or what are they doing? Damion and I didn't know each other before this started. I pitched the story to Marvel first, and they liked it. Damion had done some work on Spider-Man a few years ago, and this just seemed perfect because he's a Brooklyn native. His characters are great, but so is his architecture and sense of place. Because the borough of Brooklyn is as much of a character in this as any of the heroes.
The writer is like the screenplay writer, or in some ways like the co-director, and then like the artist's job is to be the cinematographer, co-director. We're really going in and choosing the camera angles. We're really choosing like the pacing and things of that nature. The writing is very literal. You know, it's more about wordplay. It's more about ideas. Whereas with the art, you're trying to communicate other storytelling elements and as much subtlety as possible. The first time I met Stuart, I liked the guy right away. Not only was he a super comic book professional, he was also just knowledgeable about a lot of things.
I was part of an early wave of gentrification in my neighborhood, And there's been a lot more of that since then. And that's kind of at the heart of the story too, because it's about a group of people who all live in one building. They're being forced out. And that's another reason they have to band together, and another reason Spider-Man feels he has to help them.
The locations in the Brooklyn Avengers came about mostly through Stuart, but there were areas where I saw an opportunity. He wanted the Brooklyn Avengers to have their headquarters be in this brownstone. And I grew up in this brownstone, and I was kind of like, I'm gonna make it my place.
When I wrote this scene, I'd had this bridge particularly in mind, and partly because it's just so bright and blue, and it's just distinctive. But I've always liked it, and I walk across it all the time.
When I saw it, I was like, dope. Like, you know, like it's like, just because it is so exclusive, you know? And like walking across it, when I was studying the book, I said, you gotta put Spidey up there.
Right up there.
I think you always gotta put Spider-Man in high places.
No,
like,
I agree.
intricate, exclusive spots that only he can get into. You know what I mean? Like that little crack in the corner right up there.
Yeah.
That's where I would put him. That's where I would be if I was Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Hanging down, talking to people. Yeah, it's good. I mean, he could have been in the middle of the bridge too.
Yeah, I think
but,
so.
That's another option. And there's a scene where he leaps in front of the group. The group is talking about something, and he leaps in front of the group and looks down to talk to them.
Right.
And you captured that beautifully.
To do it again, I probably would have had him on the web line right in the middle. The piece behind me is basically Marsha's Angels. It's kind of a series of white and black angels that I started doing when I was in Tokyo. The philosophy behind it was basically that everybody has two protectors. You've got like your one angel that she holds you down, you're doing all your good stuff. But then you've got this dark angel that gets you out of the tight situations when you do something that you're not quite supposed to do. It's basically a yin-yang, it's all about balance. We go through a lot of stuff every day. We have a lot of stuff on our minds all the time. You know what I mean? There's an incredible amount of value to the moment where you're not thinking about anything. Those are the moments where you might not realize it, but you're actually at your happiest. You know what I'm saying? So my goal is to like put that picture in front of you that's gonna take you out of the bills. And it's gonna take you out of what your girlfriend is putting you through with your kids, or whatever might be going on in your life. Right now, you're just focused on this. And that's got its own atmosphere. That's what I do. I'm a superhero in that way.
I do think of this story as kind of just it's just sort of a love letter to Brooklyn a little bit, in that it's really all about this borough and the kind of people who live in it, the different kinds of people, and some of the challenges they're facing, and it was important to me to get that in there.
These neighborhoods are chock full of really cool stuff. Here are a few fun things to see and do while supporting your local economy. Get together with the folks at the Gowanus Music Club and tweak your wanna-be-a-guitar hero singer-songwriter skills. Shop for unique knickknacks, vintage housewares, and old-school toys at Fork and Pencil on Court Street. Proceeds from sales go to selected charities. While you're on Court Street, stop by Caputo's Fine Foods for fresh homemade mozzarella and authentic Italian goodies. Then, satisfy your sweet tooth at Blue Marble, where you can get a delicious scoop of wholesome ice cream. So come on out for a visit. You won't be disappointed. Now let's hand it over to our man about town, the one and only Aaron Watkins.
Normally, you'd find me in Williamsburg, Greenpoint, or Bushwick. But as Brooklyn becomes an international destination spot, I'm thinking maybe it's time for me to venture out and see what it is that I may be missing out on. And in Brooklyn, when you step out, you have to step out in style. I'm here in Boerum Hill at darr Hollander Lexer, and I'm thinking it's time to get my shopping on. Let's go.
My name is Brian Cousins. We're here at darr Hollander Lexer on Atlantic Avenue. darr Hollander Lexer is a combination of two stores. darr is a furniture, antique, found object store. Hollander Lexer is a clothing store, men's and women's clothing, all made locally in the garment district. Darr means different things in different languages. In Arabic it means home, in Hindi it means love, When we were thinking of a name, we wanted something that referenced home. Hollander Lexer. We were looking for kind of a more serious name, and we wanted something like a law firm, something of that nature. Hollander Lexer were two pioneering German plastic surgeons. Circa World War I, they did the first facelift and reconstructive surgery. We thought it was kind of cool. I've been here on this block over 9 years. Started with furniture, added the clothing store 6 years ago, and just in the summer of 2012, combined the two into the one location, 369 Atlantic. 10 years ago, it was almost exclusively antiques, vintage, Victorian antiques. It was known as a destination. People from all over would come. So it was a perfect location for me to open up. In the last few years, the neighborhood has changed totally. We have a lot more restaurants and bars, boutiques. The whole neighborhood has been discovered. Boerum Hill has become very fashionable, very desired, very sought after. And it's just been part of one of those neighborhoods in Brooklyn that has just blossomed. And there's new businesses, new stores, new everything opening up all the time.
Coming out. Hey.
Hey, you're looking good.
Oh, I feel good. All right. Yeah, it feels wonderful against my skin. I mean, my arms, legs, everything. Like, it really.
And you can match it up with a jacket and make the whole suit, or break it down, just wear each piece individually.
Now, I'm not scared to coordinate.
You can wear the whole suit out, why not? Or you can mix and match.
Think I look good? I like it. I can definitely see, like, going out and people being like, who's that guy? I think I can work this outfit, Brooklyn. I think I can do it. I'm not scared of Darr, Hollander, and Lexer. You shouldn't be scared either. Can I try another one else?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's go.
Well, this is Cone Mills, the oldest denim mills in the country. They used to make all the denim for Levi's. Now they're just doing for specialty denim pieces like Raleigh denim. So it's great denim. Nice jacket.
The clothes seems like it sort of helps you strike a balance.
Right. Yeah,
But you have to put it on to understand what I'm talking about. You never know where you're going to be during different times of the day. And, you know, the clothes here definitely feel like, you know, it just goes across spectrums. So.
Yeah, we try and have that. You know, it sort of goes with the flow.
The art of the mix. Now I'm looking at the beautiful belts here, but I'm seeing all these little small bottles with Hollander Lexer written on them. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
This is our own line of apothecary and fragrance, and these are essential oils. Very distinctive odors. That's something that we complements our full range of clothing and accessories and furniture.
Shoes, do you see this? See how beautifully made these are? And I don't know if you can see the inscription, but it says right here on the bottom, in the summertime when the weather is fine. Okay? So I can just picture that on my foot right now, just walking down the street. People being like, oh man, those are smooth. I like that. I like that.
And we've got these Italian little boots, but super lightweight, wash leather, vegetable dye, beautiful colors. These might work too.
I'm loving it, especially the different flavors and ranges of colors. Just look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, I know you have some other wonderful things for me to check out, so let's keep it going. What do we have in here?
Lots of accessories. We've got some great sunglasses. You might like to try these. Really nice leather pouch. You can either wear that on your belt, or you can put it on your bicycle, on the bicycle bar.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So many beautiful things.
We try to keep it a whole lifestyle approach, a little bit of everything. So for the body, for the home, for everything.
So where do you acquire a lot of these items?
Oh, I'm constantly antiquing. So when I get a chance, I get out of New York. I try and go to as many different places to find interesting things as I can.
Now, what are these sort of contraptions here on top of?
These are head forms. These were used in making hats and the millinery goods. And they just have a beautiful old age feel and beautiful patina. And you can see where the hat makers, they drew on them, they pin things, they work with them.
So this is like a piece of history right here.
A little bit, yeah.
Many a ladies and men's hat were made from these molds right here.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you have an amazing collection of things. Okay, I don't know about you, but I had an amazing, wonderful day today. And I just want to say thank you to Brian for inviting us out to see the shop. It's really beautiful.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you for coming, and please come back again. I hope to see you soon.
You know what? If I only going to come back, I'm going to bring a friend. We'll see you next time, Brooklyn. Peace, Brian.
Take care.
Are you an artist, have a unique idea for a cool design, or just want to express yourself through screen printing? Then there's a special spot in the neighborhood for you. It's called Gowanus Print Lab. And whether you're an expert or just starting out, it's a cool place to create, collaborate, and make it happen.
The Gowanus Print Lab is a membership-based screen printing studio. We provide the tools, equipment, facilities, which includes inks, emulsions, screens, everything from A to Z that you would need to do a screen printing project. We got the idea for the Gowanus Print Lab when we were discussing the need for a community-based workshop where people can come and do their own projects. Having your own space in the city, it's expensive to pay for having your own space and all of the equipment involved, especially when it comes to screen printing. It's a strength in numbers. It's driving down the cost for the individual, and as a whole, being able to take the load off of the individual as far as paying for the rent, the equipment. Gowanus is becoming its own artist neighborhood. There are a lot of other cooperative spaces that have been opening. A lot of artists are moving into the area. It's a local manufacturing neighborhood that has a lot of industry.
It's hard to screen print at home. Some of the parts of the process are tough to do in my apartment or even in my studio where I do my other work. Namely the burning and the washing out, like power washing, is almost impossible. It can be done. I've done it, but this is nicer, much nicer.
So this is our workspace. We're set up for doing flat stock. We have hinge clamps set up along the edge here. We do some oversized printing as well. And we also have a repeat table here on the side where we're set up for doing fabrics. If you want to do your own custom-made fabric for a dress, curtains, do that here. Not a lot of shops have a setup like this, so it does set us aside. We also print repeat on this table as well. We do wallpaper, and it's kind of our freestyle table. We do a lot of other kind of printing here, like Converse and jig-based classes. There's been a DIY revival as far as taking control into your own hands, especially in an unstable economy such as what's going on now. You know, a lot of people have lost their jobs working for large corporations and have kind of turned into taking control into their own hands and building their own businesses.
I run like a limited editions ephemera publication company, so I come here for a monthly membership occasionally, like 2 or 3 times a year. Right now I'm printing an oversized book, and I just printed a batch of cassette tape sleeves for some music releases that I'm putting out. It's a good situation. It's like pretty laid back, and there's a lot of hours, and the facilities are pretty decent.
First step, we're gonna put emulsion on a blank screen. So this is just a blank, empty screen, no emulsion on it, nice and see-through. So this is a scoop coater. This is what we're going to use to put the emulsion on the screen. Just gonna dump this pink stuff here is a photosensitive liquid. And as you can see, putting a nice thin even coat of that emulsion on the screen. And that goes into the drying rack for up to 20 to 30 minutes for it to dry. So once that's dry, it comes out looking like this.
I do teaching here, and I also like help out around the space, and then I come and do my own work sometimes because like the space is huge and you get a lot more done here. I do a lot of t-shirt printing, poster printing, glass printing. I print on anything possible. Today I'm printing beer koozies.
So the first step in exposing a screen is you take your film. And the film, this is of clear transparency with the opaque ink on it, and this blocks out the light completely. If you were to hold this up to the sun, you can't see through that black area at all, and that black area is going to become our stencil where the ink is going to be able to pass through the screen. So just tape this on backwards, face down on the screen here. I'm going to put this into my vacuum table. Turn the vacuum on. It's going to be a little loud. Just give it a moment. This comes up and there's my screen. Anybody can use the space. We do have classes ranging from beginner to more advanced levels. We do suggest that you do have some kind of screen printing experience. If you've never done it before, we do suggest to take one of our beginner workshops. I think that we're totally on point with what we're doing. We've absolutely grown as a studio since we've opened in 2010. I would like for anyone to be able to leave the studio enthusiastic and feel accomplished. They've done everything that they've come to do. You know, I just want people to leave here feeling happy and fulfilled.
Inspired by the Jewish philosopher with a passion for avant-garde natural cuisine, owner Cyril Azra created MOB's on Atlantic Avenue, a vegetarian spot serving up unique deliciousness with every order. MOB's proves that pleasure can be found in the simplicity of vegetables, fruits, spices, and a little ingenuity. I'm ready to eat.
Maimonide of Brooklyn is a health food vegetarian restaurant that is trying to appeal to all types of people and make great, affordable food. Everything on our menu is actually vegan. We try to make good food that everyone will like. Actually, we don't use any fake products. We use only pure fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, seeds, herbs.
The customers love that the food here is so accessible even to non-vegetarians. Vegans bring their non-vegan friends here and they're very surprised that our soup actually has no dairy in it, the cheesecake has no dairy, and the burger is supposed to be the best veggie burger.
The pendants that we sell here in the shape of the bridge or Spike Lee or Biggie, those are all the extension of the owner's tribute to Brooklyn and his love for the culture of Brooklyn.
Cyril designed the place with a very European flair, and we actually have a flag display that customers are encouraged to interact with, so they can put up their drawings and their doodles that they do while they're here. We also have the communal tables, which really just encourages a nice vibe to interact with people while you're sitting there enjoying your meal. There's also a back outside patio that is actually really lovely in the evenings to enjoy the meal as well.
Yeah, at the restaurant we have open mic nights, we have DJs that have a little bit of live music. There's not a lot of great restaurants, especially healthy food restaurants in the area, so I think the owner just also really loves this neighborhood. A mob is a flatbread. We make fresh everyday flatbread from whole wheat, New York State ground and grown organic flour, and they come with different fruit and vegetable combinations. That particular item was an idea that was contributed by our French restaurant. And I made some changes and some improvements on it here in New York, and then we came up with a finished product. So we have a restaurant in Paris and one in New York, and we sort of trade ideas and try to come up with the best plate and put that forward. Yeah, so we have the plates that are in the shape of the Brooklyn Bridge, and in the arches is where we fit the breads, so we have a special pan that bakes them in that shape. Well, people's favorite mob would be the Iron Man, which is sauteed kale, shiitake mushrooms, and a horseradish aioli. But also, people love our specials. Every week we sell tons of specials with seasonal product, changing all the time.
One of the things I absolutely love about MOB is that it makes you feel right at home. So you can come in and grab one of your own old school fortune tellers. And it says, wise food, wonderful life. So let's see, try number 6, lucky number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Red. You have got absolutely beautiful hair. If you don't want to lose it, eat a Samson mob. Now we got to figure out what a Samson mob is.
Today we're going to make the belly charmer mob.
A mob or an MOB. What's in a belly charmer?
The belly charmer starts with this cilantro pumpkin seed pesto.
Okay.
It gets a little bit of this Moroccan spiced tagine of eggplant, zucchini, carrot, toasted pistachios, fresh mint, and fresh cilantro.
Okay, ready to get started?
I am. Okay. So we're going to start with our flatbread that we bake fresh every morning. And then we're going to put a little bit of this cilantro pesto on here.
And then next is the tagine.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just take a little bit of this tagine and spread it all around. This has a Moroccan spice blend called Raza Hanout. We put some toasted pistachios, some fresh mint leaves, and some fresh cilantro.
Okay, so.
That's good, that's good. Next we're gonna bake it in the oven so that the bread gets really nice and crispy. What we're gonna do here is garnish it with some of these pistachios.
Just spread them out.
Just for a little crunch, and then you're gonna put some fresh mint leaves on there.
Okay.
I tend to be pretty liberal with the herbs.
This is one of my favorites here.
Mine too.
Yeah, that's cilantro, baby. Okay, now we're gonna grab a plate, and these plates are in the shape of the arcs of the Brooklyn Bridge, absolutely designed by the owner, Cyril Azarati. So we now have our specially designed plates for our specially designed sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now our belly charmer is ready to go and ready for pickup. Nice, my MOB is here. Check it out. All mine. Go on now. Get mine. Well, that does it for this episode of Neighborhood Beat. I hope my visit will inspire you to check out these neighborhoods for yourself. To learn more about us or to watch past episodes, visit us on the web at brickartsmedia.org/BIT. You can also download episodes on iTunes, follow us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter using keyword BK Independent TV. See you next time in Brooklyn.
Neighborhood Beat has been made possible with generous underwriting support from the Brooklyn Cyclones. Tickets are on sale now. For information, 718-449-8497 or on the web at www.brooklyncyclones.com. The Cyclones are Brooklyn.
Download this program's podcast on iTunes. Keywords Brooklyn Independent Television.